rolled in from Olympia. We had an exciting morning. We honored Vietnam veterans today. I was proud to be a part of that, and I'm proud to be a part of this movement to stop one of the biggest boondoggles in Washington State since the Wu. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't remember it, look it up. It was a disaster. So let me talk to you just for a minute. And I know there's folks in the audience that support this project. I was in a room full of them last Friday here. And it boggles the mind. And I can only assume that they either don't understand the funding mechanisms of the project and what the outcome is going to be on their businesses if this is adopted, or they stand to profit somehow from it that I haven't quite figured out. The reason I say that is because it doesn't make financial sense for this community. Okay? So let's take a look at the numbers. The original projections, the tolling portion of the project. And these are their own numbers, by the way. None of the numbers here are fictitious. Look them up. There's been lots of financial studies done on the CRC's projection. And the lowest number was $3.3 billion over 30 years in toll revenue. That's what they're planning on. And that extrapolates into the state side, the federal side, and in the end, after 30 years, you're supposed to be able to pay for the whole project based on $3.3 billion. It's about $100 million a year. Now, if you also look at the statistics on who crosses the bridge, in the morning rush hour, 70% of the traffic are Southwest Washington residents. In the afternoon rush hour, 70% of the traffic that crosses the bridge are Southwest Washington citizens. So it's safe to say that in any calculation, you could take at least 50% of the revenue and say it's coming from Southwest Washington residents, clearly. So if $100 million a year is the low end, and half of that is being generated by Southwest Washington residents, that's $50 million a year on the low end. And when was the last time a government project finished up on the low end? So for all you folks that are for this project, listen to what I'm saying here, especially if you own a business. This is $50 million that is supposed to what? Just appear out of thin air? $50 million for my friends, neighbors, and constituents that cross that bridge every day to go to work. $50 million that will not be spent every single year at your restaurants, at your stores, at your shops, at your theaters. It's not going to just appear. People are not going to just automatically increase their incomes by $2,000 to $4,000 a year to pay these tolls. The money has to come from somewhere. It's going to come from discretionary spending. And you're crazy to think that it's not. The money is not going to appear anytime soon in this economy or in the economy in the next few years. So we're going to have to cut something else to pay our tolls in order to keep our job to go across the river. If you remove $50 million from the local economy every single year, based on the current sales tax rate, that's $4 to $5 million a year in less revenue to the state, the county, and the city, because sales tax is the biggest revenue driver for those entities. So not only will you suck $50 million out of the local economy in terms of what people can spend at your business establishments, you're going to find your local government, the city of Vancouver, and the county, and the state, doing other things to make up for the $4.5 million in lost sales tax revenue that will result from this project. So let's be realistic about the dollars and the money. So you say, okay, we're going to suck $50 million out of the marketplace, and we're going to make up $4.5 million in additional taxes somewhere else that these entities are going to lose. What's the benefit for that? What is the benefit for that? $50 million a year, every single year, and growing with inflation. And the benefit that you get for that is no additional throughput capacity at all, free through lanes. By the way, that's what we have now, just in case you didn't know. And according to their own projections, the gain of 1 minute in travel time. I didn't make this up. This is in their own stuff, guys. By the time they get done building it, your gain in travel time across the river will be 1 minute. And, you know, I wasn't a great math student, but I've come to the conclusion that this is going to be an economic catastrophe for our communities.
That's right. Right.
And we can stop it. And you're going to have a great colleague of mine. What a tremendous asset she has been to the Senate. Thank God she's there. Senator Rivers, to come up and give you an update on legislatively what's happening. And I'd be happy to do that, but she's going to do that. I wanted to talk to you about just the numbers today, especially for those who think you might support this because it's a good idea. It's going to cost you and your families dearly for the rest of their lives. Please think about this for very little, if any, benefit. It's very serious. Please get engaged. Please get involved and help us, at the very least, redesign the project and at the best, stop it completely. Thank you very much.